This is episode 141 of the Slightly Daily Podcast. Chugging along. We got a different combination here. Parker had to work on his freaking birthday, which sucks.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But that's the one day of the year I feel like, come on. It doesn't matter how old you are. I feel like that's your day. You can at least just, come on. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday. It doesn't matter if they need you. Come on, just give me the day off.
It's a given.
Just one out of all 365 years. I'll work on Columbus Day or whatever, was last week. But just let me have my birthday. But Psalms is back. Different dynamic. Like I said, we got a different combination of people. Connor's back.
Yep. Views are going to drop because of how switched we are right now.
Yeah, that too. That's a different thing. I'm sitting in Parker's seat. We did have a thing. A theme. Like, no, you sit here, I'm sitting here. Now, we did a little hot potato here.
I won't take blame for this.
But no, Parker actually got scared because he was in the group. He was in Marvin's room, our group message, saying that he wanted us to roast him. And I was like, all right, bet. Because dude, you know me. I've roasted with the best of them. I've gotten cooked.
Yeah.
I've gotten cooked up. So I had just a clip for his ass, and he called out.
He said he had a clip for him.
Just a drum.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like we were talking on the phone before. It's kind of a slow week for funny, interesting topics and stuff. Because that's what I found out is to be the best clips is whenever we're like that one clip where we were talking about Instagram and shit.
Yeah.
That's a good clip right there,
Yeah.
And but I don't know, it's sort of a slow news week ish, kinda. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean we've been chilling, as far as
which is good.
Scandalous things popping off.
Yeah, which is good.
Kanye's still in the thick of it.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about him a bit. Have you been seeing him?
All I've seen is Boosie's son burn up his Yeezys.
Okay.
I don't even know what that's about, but
Kanye still got that bread, or Adidas, whatever.
He put out a little vlog. Did you see it?
What, Boosie's son? Kanye? No,
yeah.
I didn't see the vlog.
So he put out a little vlog. It was pretty much just him walking around, going to different meetings and stuff, and I want to talk about him a little bit, but I also want to stay away from some of the shit he was talking about because he called out a certain group of people, and I don't want to talk about that on the show. I just don't want to.
Controversial topic.
It's very controversial.
I love those.
But I'll tell you this though, he knows how to. This is objective. He knows how to get people talking about him. Because last year when he put out Donda, that album, it was one of the greatest album rollouts I've ever seen. He rented out whole arenas to have listening parties. Literally. He rented out the Chicago Bears football stadium. If I'm not, it was somewhere in Chicago. One of the big stadiums, and he was playing the album. Just him standing out there playing the album, and then basically what he did was went on social media, found which songs were good and which didn't make it, and kept them and kept making changes to the album, all while he's tweeting crazy shit about Drake. You remember that whole Drake shit?
Yeah.
That was that era of him trying to promo his album.
Wow.
I mean, it's so right now, the past 2 months for Kanye, he went into that big dispute with Gap, who he no longer. He had to deal with Gap, the store.
Yeah.
It's huge. That's massive, bro.
Yeah.
For Gap and for Kanye too. That's 100-year-old, 80-year-old industry company probably. Long story short, they got into it over money, I think, and then he dropped them. That was a big news story. Boom. And then now, he basically is calling out Adidas for stealing his ideas, some of the designs on the shoes and stuff, and stealing his designs and shit without his permission. So he started this whole war with Adidas. Adidas, bro.
Yeah.
It's been around for 80 years. And I don't know. Do you guys think that Adidas can live and thrive without Kanye? I guess that's a question.
Yeah, they've been living without Kanye.
But they have Run DMC.
They did the shell toes. You know the shell toes?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean,
like
I'm just saying, like, I mean, I don't even like shell toes.
They've had public figures, big ones,
Yeah,
backing them.
Yeah.
Do you think that's important for a brand though?
Yeah.
Well, not even just today. Like, say, like, if Michael Jackson wore Reeboks in the '80s, what would that do for Reebok sales in the '80s?
I mean, it would definitely help them out.
It wouldn't hurt them.
It definitely wouldn't hurt them.
You know?
That's what I'm saying is, like, first of all, how many people are, I mean, I know there's a lot of people out here buying Yeezys, but, like,
who can afford them?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
So people can afford them. They just get bought up. The retail price?
Yeah, they're like $280.
No, not even, dude. They're cheap. Dude, they're like a regular sneaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they get it's a limited drop, so people buy them up, and it's the resale that's ridiculous. So it's
Which
that
is
StockX price that everyone sees. Like, and that's what annoys me. Like, don't be a sore loser because you didn't get on there and wait like all the other people did for that drop, and now you see the hype in it, and you want to go buy them, but then you want to complain about them being, $400 for a pair of slides, but no, actually they got those slides for like $110.
Right.
And they're reselling them because they're not going to make any more.
This is a good example. So this is a Travis Scott shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Can count on one hand how many times I've worn it too, by the way. I paid way too much for it.
Yeah.
You know me. I don't really buy crazy shit like this, but I paid $60 for this t-shirt. All right. It took 4 months to get to me. So there's that. I paid the premium for, all right, what's a standard for a t-shirt, you would say?
$60. Oh, for a t-shirt?
For a t-shirt.
A t-shirt like a Hanes?
Like, no, not like a Hanes or like a Gildan, but just like
a Nike?
Like a Carhartt or a Nike.
Carhartt's a totally different breed.
Okay,
it's like $24, but
okay.
Nike, you're like 35, 45 range.
I paid double that, for this Fortnite shirt.
I was going to ask if that was Fortnite.
Hopefully you see that a little bit, but yeah, Travis Scott Fortnite shirt. I just pulled the trigger. I don't do this type of shit. So it took, I paid a premium, quote unquote, for a t-shirt. I think in the grand scheme of things, it's $60, but like, and then put in the time for it to get here. So I put in time and money, and now I could turn around and probably sell this shirt for $150.
Yeah.
It's capitalism at its finest. Whether you want to like hate it or not, that's the game we play.
Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, and also like goes with like supply and demand. Like with the Jordans, like people sat out for days for some of those drops, and you want them at the same price, and I camped out for days. No, I'm about to upsell you like crazy.
Yeah,
and it's a hot shoe, so you're gonna pay it, or I'm gonna find someone that will.
Yeah, I mean, I want to like jump back to like the question.
Yeah, my bad.
No.
No. Do you think that Adidas needs Kanye? Is the question that we're gonna present?
No, because they got too many athletes he's replaceable. That's my whole point. He's definitely replaceable.
What's your verdict?
I think I wasn't saying that. I just hit you with the Run DMC stuff because that was their boost. They've had boost, but I think since they've had so many boosts, yes, they will be able to survive without anybody.
Yeah.
Even without the athletes, they're good.
Yeah,
because of their track record.
Yeah, I mean, if they took everybody off of their platform and was just like, we're just gonna make shoes, like no. Like, I guess not sponsored, but no.
Yeah, we're not gonna do any collabs. We're just gonna.
We're just gonna make shoes.
We're gonna design it.
Yeah, they'll be perfectly fine. Like people are still gonna buy their shoes. There's shoe companies out here, like was it Hoka or like those like these new shoes that are coming out that people are buying the hell out of.
Yeah.
and
without Lil Wayne endorsing them.
Yeah, or like some professional runner. You know, they're just like, our shoes are comfortable, buy them, and people are like, I like comfortability.
Who has a collab with Asics? Can you name one?
Probably Lance Armstrong, 2002. I don't know.
No, I don't.
That's
know.
a great shoe.
No,
Yeah,
they're not the most appealing looking
Brooks.
shoes. They have some good shoes.
very
Like they have
comfortable.
some good looking shoes, but Asics are very lightweight and they are comfy.
very clouds all day.
Yeah. So then they don't. I can't think of one collab.
So this is my kind of like ribbon on this conversation. So I'm going to read this headline to you. Kanye is what you were saying about he's trying to combat the resale by, supply and demand. There's a small supply, like you were saying, of the Yeezys. He's trying to increase the supply, which will then lower the price so everyone can wear a Yeezy t-shirt.
I'm glad you brought this up.
So I'm going to read this. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know you could do that. So I'm going to read this headline here.
Should have been doing that.
Kanye, yeah, I know, right? Kanye West, Yeezy, whatever. Kanye West wants Yeezy clothes to retail for $20. And this is the quote from him. Everything in the Ye supply store will be $20.
Smartest thing he can do.
So,
As a consumer, this is what I was talking about earlier. No, bro. I grew up where my sister got $200 pairs of Jordans, like we were talking about earlier. $300 pairs of Jordans. Not everybody can afford that. Like, but when you start dropping your price, like, and making yourself more readily available,
Yes.
to like everybody, you already got the name, you got the brand, but now you need, because like it's like playing poker. Like people try to make fun of what they call poor man's money, which is like your $5, your $10 chips. Well, that's money just left out on the table. Yeah. If you're and every dollar you leave out there on the table is a dollar not in your pocket. And that's why I think this is the smartest thing for him he could do. He's trying to pick up other consumers that he's not hitting, tapping in. That's money in the bank, bro.
Because, like, for me, I'm a huge Kanye West fan. You know how much I would like to I don't want, like, his whole collection. I would like to maybe have a pair of Yeezys, just one, you know, or, like, a pair of, like, Kanye West pants or something. But I can't. I'm like you were saying, I'm not botting it up on StockX.
Could you imagine him in some of Kanye's leather joggers?
Leather joggers?
He came up with that.
He did. Have you seen those?
No, I have not seen the leather.
Hold on.
They sound very suspect to me. They're gonna be like not so joggerish.
No, dude, they were a hit, and someone didn't listen to them and take the opportunity. I forget who.
Look.
Yeah, those are kind of hard.
With the Jordan, what are those? I don't, you know.
Yeah, those are J's.
I don't wear Jordans, but
that leather. I meant that leather.
So,
that fur is hard.
He's taken a page out of Shaq's book.
Exactly. Shaq was like, are you familiar with like the Shaq Walmart shoes?
Yeah.
So the whole reason he did that is so poor kids
more affordable
could wear bro. It's Shaq.
Yeah.
You know, I had some of those when I played ball. When I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. You know, when I was that age, and I was playing basketball at the Boys and Girls Club, I knew Michael Jordan, Kobe, and Shaq.
Yeah.
You know, like those were the 3 basketball players I probably even knew. Period. And the fact that one of them had a shoe that my mom could afford.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
And that was his whole.
Yeah.
He people down Shaq's shoes because they were cheap.
They were.
But he made them to be cheap. They were never supposed to be what Jordans are.
Yeah. You could get one season out of them. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could get, like, a full season out of them. You know, they're not going to, like...
I mean, shoe heads are not going to be playing basketball in Jordans. So, honestly, you could probably only get one season out of a pair of Jordans.
True.
What I'm saying is, like...
That is true. What is your experience with that?
With
how many pairs of shoes would you go through? Like one is...
Like, sports-wise?
Yeah, well, like, when you play ball, like, competitively. Weren't like your fashion, like your because like
probably
NBA players play in Jordans.
We usually got
they can afford it.
Another pair of like Nikes like every year. I mean, but a shoe might last me 2 years. I mean,
Like a
It's
regular shoe, like a
like a
casual shoe.
No, like a basketball
Right,
shoe.
right.
Like it. I mean, they could last you longer, but it just depends, like, on how you treat them. Really, like, can't be walking outside in them.
Yeah.
And
Only for the gym.
I've wore the soles out of my shoes before. I pulled the sole out of it, and it literally would have holes in them because
shit.
of like changing directions and like exploding off the ground, like trying to dunk or whatever. It's like, so shoes they last, but you might be a Zion and them bitches are bust
Have you
on
seen
you.
that video?
What?
So I want us to react to this real quick.
I know who Zion is,
Bro.
but
You didn't
what,
see
is
what
there
happened to
like No.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. This right here is like that almost hurt Nike.
Oh no, this did hurt.
Oh,
This
I know it
definitely
did.
hurt Nike. So I'm just gonna show you the video. It speaks for itself.
I would have signed him immediately to Nike. I would have sent him, LeBron, you're gonna have to move over.
Watch when he plants right here. His foot comes out of his shoe. That's unbelievable.
He broke his shoe with his own foot, but as you
This man's foot is literally out of his shoe right now.
So that's ugly.
He's wearing it like it's an ankle charm.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I mean, dude, he's a top prospect in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's huge.
Like, this is him, like, this season, after this season,
Yeah.
he's going to the NBA.
Yep.
No questions asked.
Uh-huh.
Like, top.
First pick.
First pick. Like,
Crazy.
and his shoe blows out.
With the Nike check on it. Like,
Yeah.
that's terrible publicity.
Yes. Like I said, if I was Nike, I would have been like, yes, Mr. Zion.
Mr. Williamson, please.
Um, yeah. We want to sign you to a deal. We want to make you something like LeBron.
Before we get off the topic of Kanye, I was telling you about that show that I found on Hulu, and it was like a conversation with Ye.
Yeah.
So he actually touches on that price point, and he was like, I basically he was like, I don't want, it to be a. He's like, I don't want my brand to be. I'm trying to seen as like a basically like
a luxury?
like a luxury, or
To a
just
way?
like a like a higher standard.
Okay.
Like he wants it to be affordable because I mean he grew up with a single mother, but it's basically what Shaq was saying. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with a bunch of money. I didn't have money for the nicest shoes, so that's what he was saying. Like he was like, Donda would want me to do this,
Yeah.
and he was like, and I can do it.
Yep.
He was like, so everything, and he actually said everything in the Yeezy supply is gonna be
$20.
like $20 or less.
And the thing is like, yeah, to put a rip, just a final word on this. On the contrary of what you were saying about how he doesn't want to necessarily have like a high end like luxury brand, some brands do, and that's why they're there. Like Louis, Supreme, even to a certain extent.
I think Supreme falls under the whole it's a limited drop again.
Okay, well then high end luxury Rolex. That's a perfect
Yeah,
example.
yeah,
You
sure.
know, they're made for that. That's the market that they're marketing to, they're advertising to, they're you know what
Yeah.
I'm, if we saw a Rolex commercial, it would be all shit that we don't have a yacht, we don't got a double decker yacht, and like we're not wearing that type of shit. It's not
Yeah.
made for us. I'm wearing an Apple Watch. That's why Apple's so good at what they do, because
Yeah.
they can appeal to the common folk and have something that's
Affordable.
a pretty good product too. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, that was that was very stimulating. Because the thing is, bro, you could just talk about Kanye. You really
Yeah, you
can.
can.
And that's why, man.
He's got it. But
So which one you want to do?
okay, I
Both?
wanted you to play both of them
Okay.
because
back to back, or you want to do one, react, and then do the different one?
well, I didn't want to react to anything she's saying.
Okay.
I don't want to touch on anything she's saying. Because this, just play it and
first
I'll.
one?
This may be
but
hard
yeah,
for
play
me.
it and I'll.
I don't even know what it is, but
Better off statistically.
Yeah.
Kids are better off after the age of like 8 with their fathers over their mothers, especially even financially. Like single fathers tend to be better with money than single mothers.
And they say to women, how many hours do you work? And they say to men, how many hours do you work? The women work less hours, self-reported.
They work less hours because I need to go home and clean a house and raise some children as well as working a full-time job because of gender roles. Because of gender roles. I do a lot. I'm not saying I have children, but hypothetically, I do a lot of unpaid childcare. I do a lot of unpaid housework. I do as well as a salaried role. So if we hypothetically have the same job, but he works more hours, it's because he has the privilege to work more hours and to put more into his job and climb the ladder because he's a man who has male privilege.
Who do you think this sounds like right now? This girl, this girl with the mic.
What do you mean, like who? Like
as far as social media, who is she coming off to you? What vibes is she putting out? Sneeko.
I have no.
And
I don't even know who that is.
Andrew Tate.
I've heard of him.
Okay, so they both got banned. What is it, on everything?
Yeah, they're gone.
They've been exiled from the social media, internet.
You don't know who Sneeko or do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Okay.
Are we gonna talk about this real quick?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can, but yeah, let's talk about it, and then I'll get to where I was getting at. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Holmes.
Because I know you want to take off. Go ahead.
Oh no, not really. I just thought that, like, I mean, I think personally, she's making a solid point.
Who?
The second girl.
The white lady.
Okay.
I was about to say, well,
I don't know what her name is, so
so this is just Pearly Things.
Which I think
Pearly Things.
Pearly Things makes a solid point. And as far as like, is the other lady, as far as like male privilege, and you know, he works more than her because he has the privilege to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's bogus, because there's plenty of men out there who are single fathers and
Yeah, for sure.
have to put it down to do what they have to do. I just think I just think that we live in a world that we look through women's like eyeglass, if you want to say, for lack of words, and like, so I think that's their privilege. You know what I'm saying?
I think the lady that replied to Just Pearly Things actually made a fool of herself, because it almost downed women.
Yeah.
In my eyes, because there's plenty of women out there who are the bread makers of the relationship, and then it's the guys who are staying home.
My cousin actually love him. He has a full-time job. He's a hard worker, but his wife now is a doctor.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, but like he could feel shame in that, and like, you know, have not ever got involved with that situation. And there's nothing wrong with women, but like she still like is a wife.
Yeah.
And he's still a husband.
Well, and staying on topic here, your cousin, like, I don't know, what does he do?
He works for the county.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Maintenance
so
and shit.
His job doesn't take like precedence over hers. Like if you, I don't know if they have kids, but if something was to happen, like I'm not even. I'll just use your cousin as an example, and then just put myself in his place. If Lauren was a doctor, and I worked for the county, and our kid was sick, I'd be calling out, because she's gonna bring in more bread in the few days that the kid's sick while I'm at home taking care of home things, because I mean that's in our best interest. Yeah. Male privilege, it's, and she touches on another one in a different video where like she was like, me as a woman, I don't want to go work 80 hours a week. I don't know too many women that do. And when I was growing up, my father now is a CEO of a company, but he didn't, you know, get there by doing, you know, being average.
Minimal work, yeah.
Yeah, he worked 80 hours a week. I barely saw my father. And she was like, not many women want to do that. And it's just, you know, I mean, she makes valid points. I'm not speaking for all women. Like I said, like just before this, like there's bread winners out there in relationships that are women in the relationship, and the roles are swapped. That's what I was saying. She kind of made herself look like a fool by saying, like, I'm obligated to do these motherly things.
Right.
Like, no, like, I know we can't breastfeed, but you can also pump, and then we can be at the house feeding baby. We can be cleaning up. Like,
yeah. I mean, I just think that it's kind of like not really a shout out, but like Fresh and Fit say is that
High value man.
No.
When you have a high value man.
What is it? When something doesn't make the rule. Just because like it happens every so often doesn't really make the rule. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So about like status quo, like kind of deal.
Sort of. I'll remember hearing.
Like just because it's the norm, it's not
like
a requirement
on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's like we play our roles. Is what I'm trying to say, and women play their role. Like, you know, and I think that we're getting so used to women are getting used to being able to be in the same like room as men, which is nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. That now it's like, oh, you don't have to do your role, or men doesn't have to, you know, step in and do what you used to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
can I say this? I hear what the black girl is saying about the like relationship roles as a female and a male,
but don't chalk it up to male privilege.
But yeah, that's not, because
Yeah.
at the same time, well, like you were saying, at the same time, and this isn't sexist. This is like this is what has ruled our society and humankind for thousands of years. There's certain things that men are better at, and there's certain things that women are better at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like physically, biologically, and you can't expect a man to do everything. Whether, you know, if you don't feel like cleaning the house or something. Like, I'm not saying that women should just shut up and get in the kitchen, but like, especially in a relationship, we're all in a relationship. We've been with our people for a while.
Yeah,
there's compromises in your relationship that you got to have. You know,
I just think that like it's also funny that like your example of your
my cousin, his wife makes more money.
His wife makes more money, but look at the field that she's in. She's a doctor. Mm-hmm. She's in a caring, nurturing like type of field.
Exactly.
That suits,
and he works with his hands.
Not suits women, but that's usually they go into like those type of fields. Mm-hmm. She gets paid a lot because she took the time and put in the dedication to get that, you know, type of money.
Yeah.
Put herself in that position. And he, you know, do what men do. We do physical labor. Yeah. And it goes around to my point of this is why men die before women usually.
Honestly, yeah.
You know, because we take those jobs that women don't want to do, you know? So I think that's a very, very prominent thing. I think that women do spend money, you know, more than men.
More frivolously?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Women, it's a proven fact that women and men, between the two genders, that women actually spend more money. I mean, you got to think about, they spend more money on makeup. Women don't really care about money the way men care about money because it doesn't apply to them the same. It's like when we get money, we try to keep it because it's a symbol of our status.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And women get money and they're just like, I just want what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want to eat good. I want to look good. And this is how I get a man. You know?
That's where I guess I differ. But like I'm like I make enough money to where I'm like it's like a back and forth thing. When I'm down, like I'm like, all right, I need to keep this. I'm not up like I was.
Yeah.
And so I won't buy frivolously, but I also like the fact of, you know, like this hat for an example. Like I didn't need it. It wasn't a need, but I wanted it. Mm-hmm. So if I have the money, I'm gonna go spend it. Like I'll splurge a little. It's not like too frivolous, but also like the fact of like if I got it, I'm not gonna take it in the afterlife. So I'm gonna spend it and also take care of things though. Like I put bills and, you know, the needs on the front, but I also spend.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say like they're just out there.
Well, I mean,
because I spend too.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like there are women out there that do save money and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that women don't save money, because my mom is the one who taught me about like, make sure you always keep some money tucked away. But she was also, I'm also talking about, a woman who, had kids, so she wants to make sure that, nothing's going to happen with them. But you talking about like a single young lady, like I don't think that she's really thinking about, let me stick this money to a side and like, I'm trying to become like a millionaire myself. Mm-hmm. No, like us, we're like, well, I like to think that I know I am. I'm like, every dollar I get, I'm trying to save so I can make it to the next level.
Yeah.
And then the next level. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't think that most women are out here thinking about that. They're like, what's the next heels I'm going to get, next dress, or et cetera, or the next makeup, the next Prada, whatever, Like, I'm not saying guys don't do the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
no,
we were
I
literally
agree.
just talking about Yeezys. But,
The next level thing, I've always kept this to myself because I've always felt weird that I've compared these two.
He's like, I don't give a fuck about the next level.
No, the next level. But like that, I've always compared life to Call of Duty and Prestige.
Yeah.
Dude, because, all right, so it clicked when I was playing Modern Warfare 2 and I got into like a Prestige lobby.
Yeah.
And I got to 10th Prestige and the game got boring. Because before that I was always fighting for the next Prestige.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if like that's why, all these weird billionaires do weird, like Jeffrey Epstein, like they just got bored because they hit that 10th Prestige, so they started doing weird things to get that dopamine fix.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I'm not making excuses for him at all.
fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But
I agree with you on that.
I wonder if that's what makes that switch flip, or if he could have been a weirdo his whole life.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there are billionaires out there that,
Trying
or
to get their
millionaires
fix.
that didn't have it their whole life, and then they get it, and then they just start doing weird, funky things.
Yeah, like I said, I agree with you. I mean, it's kind of like some probably motivational quote that I saw online, but it's like that's why you make goals in life, and eventually, you'll meet your goal, hopefully. And what you do is you just build a goal further than your last. Mm-hmm. Like, I forget, he's an actor, and he was like, somebody asked him like, who's his hero? You know what I'm saying? And he said, I am. He was like, me 10 years from now is my hero. And then 10 years came up, and then they asked him again, like, are you your hero now? He was like, nah, I am in 20 years. And then 20 years came, and then he was like, nah, I'm still not my hero. Like, the point is that
it was new goals.
It's always new goals. It's you'll never reach, if you reach the threshold that you put for yourself and you just stay stagnant there, then you'll never, you'll eventually reach a point where you do get bored, and then you like, I like to think you're pretty much starting to die. You stop learning, like, and you're never supposed to stop learning.
But what I was getting at with these videos, probably not going to be a whole lot of talking on it because you don't really know, like Sneeko. But Sneeko was basically a Andrew Tate Jr. And they're males, both guys.
Talking about the twins?
No. You're thinking of the Hodge twins.
Yeah.
Those guys are funny. But
yeah, literally.
Do you think she's going to get taken off the internet?
If she does, it's because she's preaching, to me, my personal opinion, the right stuff. That, and it's divide and conquer. I think that's what the few want for the many is, and that's kind of like what I was trying to say earlier, is like, as long as women are at odds with men and men are at odds with women, we're going to have this divide. It's going to cause confusion. Well, I'm not going to say that. But it's going to cause confusion, and it's just going to, people who know what they need to know, like that young lady, she knows, and it's hard to talk to people who don't know. Like, you know, because they don't, one or two things. They don't want to know, or they don't search for it. And when it does hit them, they either accept it or they don't. They run from it. So,
do you think she's gonna?
I hope not.
Yeah.
You think You think
Yeah,
knowing that there's Pokemanes out there and women that are doing the same as men but keeping their social media accounts. Do you think she's gonna?
Yeah, because
be targeted.
she's pushing conservative talking points, and there's a bias toward censorship on the right.
Mm-hmm.
That's fact, and it's been proven because every time. I mean, I'm just saying, as a journalist myself too, I'm Joe Biden's son. There's literally pictures of him smoking crack and banging hookers on the internet, and every time that gets put in a headline, it gets dumbed down on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big headline.
It is.
That's a huge deal. But
what's his dad doing?
His dad, his father. Imagine if Donald Trump Jr. got caught doing the same shit. It would be all you saw on Twitter and Instagram. So, in my opinion, yeah, dude, there's blatant censorship happening here. But
So you think in the near future there will be a target on her back
there,
if she keeps getting bigger?
yeah,
Because she showed up on my For You page like one time last month, and then now she's. I mean,
yeah. I don't know much about her.
I mean, I don't
I've
even
seen
like.
her before.
I don't really watch that kind of stuff on my TikTok because I'm solely there for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
For her to pop up as much as she did in this past week, she's definitely getting bigger.
Well, I think, like, I've heard one of her videos before, and she's just like I said earlier, like fresh and fit. Like, you know, when you're just, we're looking through the eyeglass of the woman. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we've been, you know, seeing through. Like, marriage isn't for men, literally.
Yeah.
It's for women. And any woman or man that says anything out of the norm that we've been taught, even if it is the truth, you know, it's going to be frowned upon. It's going to be banned.
All
Yeah,
right.
but that's what I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah. What was the?
I just want to show y'all this video. Actually, before I do that, Connor said something about that I just thought of. Oh, like Epstein, you know, he gets bored with life, da da da. And you said maybe he was born like that, kind of pivoting. Do you guys think that, like with the Dahmer thing coming out, like him being a psychopath murderer and stuff, do you think people are born like that? Or like do you think Ted Bundy was born Ted Bundy? Or you think that's like more of a learned thing?
Yeah,
Like with Epstein, you're saying, you know, like maybe,
when I said born like that, I mean I misspoke for sure. I meant like he was just like not born that way, but just had like just been a weirdo his whole life.
like, do you think that's the
I don't think you're born with.
like as a psychopath? You know,
I mean, yeah, you can be born as a psychopath, but I don't think you're necessarily born with pedophile tendencies.
and like with on the opposite end of like people think Kanye's a sociopath, you know, with like lacks remorse, you know, lacks empathy. You think people are born like that too?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No, I disagree. I don't think that people are born with certain tendencies, I guess, or a certain
Well, the whole lack of remorse thing,
or lack of
Like they,
empathy.
yeah, like
these
Logan
things-
Paul. Logan Paul is a sociopath. He only cares about himself.
Well, yeah, that's something that is taught. I feel like like I said, you never stop learning. So obviously, this is something that he has to learn, or they got to learn. You know, and because the things that the way that they act was learned. You know, And I literally had a conversation with a dude who claimed he was like pansexual, and like
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Means you can love anything.
Okay.
yeah, yeah, I didn't either at the
I
time.
didn't even know what that was.
But I mean, I heard of it, but I don't,
yeah.
Yeah, but my point is that we got into like a deep conversation about, kind of like how he lives, and I think that people who have like mental, not healthy mental space, never really truly dive into themselves. I think to know oneself is to know another. So there's nothing that you two or anybody else on this planet can do that I can't, mentally or, physically.
Okay, so I'm just obviously
That's where
we started out disagreeing.
That's where psychology
with this,
comes
yeah.
from. You know what I'm saying? So if you break down psychology, it's all
the
there.
empathy thing and the lack of remorse, I'll like a prime, example of that. And he was born with this. Wasn't learned. Have you ever watched Free Solo? The guy that did the
Yeah. He's
he
dope.
climbed it on his own.
Yeah, he's dope.
Oh, no ropes.
Yeah.
What I mean on his own. So he, I think is Alex.
I forget his name.
Honnold.
Something.
Yeah. So they did a brain scan of him, and he actually has no activity in that part of his brain.
The fear part, or like
No, like he doesn't like. It was like no emotional like connections or empathy like.
That's wild.
Like in one part of the I guess that was a documentary.
I watched a documentary and they said that he would literally, because he knew that it was possible that he was gonna die, like he knew he could die, like he would like go and climb shit without people knowing, like he wouldn't tell anybody because he knew that like
he could die.
he could die, like he didn't want to like.
What I'm saying is, I mean, it's a document. The documentary.
Go watch it.
Yeah, definitely go watch it. It's great. Wild man. First, that's a wild boy. Okay.
Yeah.
But he at some part in his relationship with his wife, she had his ropes, and it ran out, and she didn't catch it, and he fell, and I think he broke like his ankle or something. They for a minute thought he wasn't going to be able to climb ever again. And he was like, I almost divorced her. He was like, if I wasn't going to be able to climb again, I wouldn't have been able to live with her. I wouldn't have been able to look at her.
He's a psycho.
Yeah, but
He's
that's
literally crazy.
But that's an imbalance.
I don't think that's bro. No.
It was an accident.
Well,
brother.
it is an accident, yeah, but it's like
she loved that man.
He loves climbing.
He loved climbing. That's
okay,
that's,
but
that's,
yeah,
that's
he
a
has
problem.
He
That's
has no
him.
empathy to another human.
That's not empathy. That's like,
Bro, yes,
well, I guess
that's a
I guess it
problem.
is empathy, but I'm saying that
This
like
guy.
it's like
dude, that's
it's
a problem.
it's
to care about climbing more than your wife.
A hobby.
Essentially.
whoa.
A hobby,
I think
brother.
you're looking at it from the wrong perspective.
Okay, you think he was mad that she dropped
No.
the ropes?
I'm saying that like climbing
Okay.
is him. That is him.
Okay.
That's what he feels like when he feels his most himself is when he's climbing. It's a part of him. So like if somebody would, it's like your freedom, right?
Okay, so
if someone took your freedom from you, would you not want to go kill that person?
okay,
Or
all right,
or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's
let
like
me ask you this.
it's
Let me
like
stop you.
his being almost.
If someone likes smoking crack, then that's a part of them. And someone tells them to stop smoking. Their wife tells them to stop smoking crack. It's okay because it's just them. That's just who they are. That's a part of them is smoking crack.
I feel like we went extremely left.
I mean, I'm just saying. No, I'm trying to put
Or
together
right,
the
whichever
analogy.
way.
The analogy that you made.
Well, I mean, smoking crack is a little different from climbing rocks.
Climbing a rock,
I mean,
you
they're
can
both
still
they
die.
both can.
Climbing rocks or
They
hitting
both-
rocks? You cheat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're both rocks. I understand
Okay.
where you're getting at, but
I'm saying an activity, choosing an activity over social interactions is psycho. You're not okay up here if you choose an activity over. I mean, your wife.
That's what I'm saying, though.
That's
You
hu-
see it.
but
You
that's
see it
what
as
we were
an.
getting
act-
at.
You see it
That's
as an.
the
act-
whole point of this thing, though, Psalms. Like the human affection be like, you know, the emotion, the connect with another human is what we started out talking about.
But that's what I'm saying.
I know, but
is that
he can't have a human connection with a rock.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you. You're looking at it from the wrong perspective.
Okay.
You're looking at it as he cares about climbing the rock
more than his wife.
But it's a personal connection with himself.
Okay.
It's his own relationship with himself.
Which makes him a
psycho,
a sociopath.
Yeah, a sociopath. My bad.
He can't think about anyone but himself. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Being all right, the definition
the
of
dopamine he gets from climbing that rock, he's worried about that dopamine, that thrill of climbing that
over
rock
anybody
more
else,
than anything.
Anything or anybody. And that makes you
if
by
you
definition,
remember the documentary, I'm sorry for talking
No,
over you.
you're
If you remember the documentary, he didn't keep in touch with his family. He was he lived out of a van. All he cared about was climbing
himself
and, you know, getting that dopamine fix of I'm going to conquer that rock. He didn't care about anything else. He didn't want to. She wanted to have kids. He was like, I don't want to have kids. And then, dude, there was like one scene where he focused his life around, you know, climbing, and he was pretty much in this van. But I mean, I get it. It's for the love of climbing.
It's not for the love of. It's for the love of climbing. But to me, it's like a personal relationship. It's like for me, like I dislocated my knee when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I cried my eyes out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought I would never be able to play basketball again.
Right.
And it's like, there's a point.
How'd you dislocate your knee?
Somebody was in practice, and I went up to take a layup, and somebody stepped on my foot.
Did you beat their ass? Did you kill him?
I don't even know who did it.
Okay.
It was just at the time.
That's my point, though.
But yeah, but I will say that I do have a coach on my purge list that I feel like kept me from going to college.
But you haven't done it.
What?
But you didn't do it.
What? Kill him?
Yeah.
If there was a purge, he's on that list.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not trying to go to jail for the rest of my life.
If the purge was to come, you'd off him?
First on my list.
All right.
A coach?
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
So let's. All right. I want to watch one more video. And then wrap this up.
Do you think my outfit is offensive?
Are you Mexican?
No.
Yes.
I think it reaffirms stereotypes that are offensive to people.
You think people really think Mexican people are like this and carry around marachas?
No, I don't think people actually think that.
Do you find my outfit offensive?
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not your culture.
You don't really understand what their culture means and what it means to wear these things, like the hats and the maracas. You know, you sort of have to understand where all of this comes from for it to not be cultural appropriation.
Does my outfit offend you?
No. You look nice.
Thank you. Do you like my costume?
Yes.
Does it offend you?
Es ofensivo?
No. No, nothing. That's good.
So
Can we just play this and not touch on it, dude? That's amazing. It talks for itself.
I just want to say this. White people, we need to stop telling other people what is offensive and what isn't, because you're trying to end racism, but you're actually perpetuating more racism by telling minorities what you can think. Does that
keep going?
Do you hear what I'm saying? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Like,
I
how do
agree.
you feel about what I just said?
I mean, I feel like you hit on it pretty solid. Like,
because this is what pisses me off about woke people, is they think like offending people. You know, oh wait, hold on, I got to make sure that bro, worry about what, you know, if there's something that bothers me or offends me and it's within my like realm. Okay, I have a right to do that. But I can't sit here and tell Psalms as a black man what is offensive to him and what isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, I mean, well, it's different. You're white as well. But, like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all these non-Mexican people were like, no, you're perpetuating racism because you don't know what it's like to be in their culture. So he was like, all right, fine. I'm about to go pull up on some real Mexican people.
Didn't speak English.
Yeah. And they were like, no, it's good. They're
Yeah,
like, you look good.
Yeah.
They were like, it's cool.
You're dapper.
Yeah, like, no, this is neat. Because, like, if you think about it, dude, we're all human beings, okay? And in a way, dude, he's celebrating their culture.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that one girl was like, you don't know the background of that instrument.
I mean, like, dude, come on. Like,
Yeah.
Because, like, it's gotten to the point to where Halloween's right around the corner. Bro, they've, like, canceled Halloween, costumes. Like, you can't dress as Pocahontas anymore, or you can't dress as X or Y or Z because who's making those rules? Fucking white people.
X, Y, and Z.
Would you be mad if I showed up to your Halloween party dressed as, like, one of the, what are the Black Panther characters?
I say as long as all right, okay. Now blackface is different.
No,
I
I'm not
thought that's
talking
what I
blackface.
thought he was going.
I'm
I was
not
like,
talking blackface.
Sexually, we can.
I know what you meant. I know what you
just
meant. I know what
if
you
I
meant.
went to Party City and picked up a Black Panther outfit, threw it on. That make you
like
mad?
Party
City. Just
no. Like Black Panther Party.
No,
or like
Wakanda.
Marvel.
Okay,
Marvel.
I just wanted to clarify because like Black Panther. No.
As it shouldn't.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If you pulled up to,
I mean, I was really just debating on like if you were like going to come out as a Black
with
Panther
with the armband, with the armband and the jacket, Panther on the back.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know if I would get offended by that.
Yeah, honestly.
And that would be like what would seem like what would be more offensive. But I mean, I would think that if you were wearing that, then you probably you relate to it some form of fashion.
Yeah, I
Halloween,
mean, if I worn like an actual Black Panther, like the movement, costume, I could have been like, yeah, I'm the dude that Forrest Gump knocked out in the movie. Like, I've seen. Yeah. You've never seen Forrest Gump?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, when she was.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
There's relatable things where but I wasn't talking about that.
Yeah.
Black Panther. I was saying like because of the whole movie thing with the
Wakanda.
Black Mermaid, that people are tripping over, the Little
Yeah.
Mermaid being played by,
yeah.
Like if I was to dress up, no one's gonna trip over that.
My thing is like, bro, as a white male, if Psalms pulled up to the Halloween party dressed as Thomas Jefferson, I'm not gonna say shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Probably gonna laugh about it.
Yeah. And then it's like, I know we're talking about Halloween parties, and this is it relates in a sense, but like, dude, I'm just so like, I get that like there's evil people out there, there's racist people, there's hateful people out there, but dude, it's the old story about the boy who cried wolf.
Mm-hmm.
He cried wolf. And this is offensive, and this is offensive, and this is wrong. But you start to dilute, what's actually wrong.
Yeah.
Because we're calling everything X or Y or Z, when it might not actually be what you're claiming it to be.
Yeah.
And it takes away from the things that actually are offensive to people,
Yeah.
I'm just like in the fact that he went up to actual local like people of that culture, and they were like, this is okay, this is good, and they probably gave him a high five.
Yeah, he's putting on. But
I mean, it ain't like he was like running around like talking with the accent.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Making them look like stupid.
He wore a
trying.
He had a sombrero, a poncho, and a Morocco.
In Morocco.
Yeah, like, I mean,
normal clothes under that.
Yeah, that's like their traditional attire. Like
that's culture appropriation.
That's like going to Indonesia and throwing on like one of those long ass like shirts with the flowy pants.
All right, whenever you
and being like, is this offensive to you?
Whenever you land in Hawaii,
they give you. Those are hard. I wish I could pull them off.
Hey, I thought about it.
Whenever they land in Hawaii, they put the necklace things on you. Yeah. Am I allowed to wear that because I'm not actually Hawaiian?
Yeah, and I don't know why they wear flowers around their neck either.
That's just the part. Like here we dress different in America than they do in Europe. There's certain that's such a minor thing, but like, dude, we're all humans at the end of the day.
I think if you're doing it to admire culture, I don't
Yeah.
think it's a problem.
Right.
I mean, obviously that video was trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
But I don't
do get what you're saying, because he could have walked around and acted like an ass.
Yeah,
you know,
and then it would have been. I would have thought that
Yeah.
would have been offensive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah, like, you know,
Yeah.
like doing some stupid shit. Then I would have been like, this dude's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
But he wasn't.
just because you're fucking, I don't even know, wearing, I don't know, some fucking sandals.
Mhm.
You know, like that they wear in the Middle East. You know, or some shit. I don't know, or a rag top. Like, you know it.
So we're homies. So you wouldn't even care if I showed up in like the Wakanda shit. Do you think your brother would? Because we're not homies.
I don't think he would.
You don't
No.
think so?
Mm-mm.
And he's outspoken. So
Oh, yeah,
I feel like
very
if I did like show up in something low key offensive, he'd be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, leave."
Yeah.
Like, get out of
Yeah.
here before we fight.
Yeah, but I don't think he.
But if I
yeah.
showed up as a Wakanda character, would he even
Yeah.
trip?
No.
Okay, I just thought like for the viewers, you know, we're homies. Or like,
Yeah.
of course he's gonna agree, but
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
your
I feel
brother
that.
is.
Yeah.
He's gonna if something's bothering him, he's gonna say something. And I barely know him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but damn, I was gonna say something else but I was trying to let you go.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is this is gonna rub somebody the wrong way too. Like when we post this clip, it's gonna piss somebody off, and I know exactly
sucks.
This is exactly who it's gonna be. It's gonna be someone with no profile picture, no tweets, you know, no posts, and I guarantee you, it's a white guy.
User 90.
Like that's what I'm saying, and I guarantee you, yeah, it's some white dude sitting in his basement.
Probably a white girl.
Like,
I
man,
identifies.
That's a whole nother point too. Is like, bro, that cloak of invisibility that people get with and you know, being anonymous online makes people so brave, bro.
It does.
I'm not a tough guy at all. I've never been in a fight, but like, bro.
Yeah, but you also don't let that keyboard amp you up.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't give a shit. I don't leave. But like, what I'm saying is like, bro, nobody. And the reason I was saying this is the shit that like I see people say online. You would never say that to their face. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You would never ever, because you're feeling so bold because you're never gonna see that person.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if their picture's up or whatever, and you see it, like you see their profile, bro, you can say whatever the hell you want to somebody, and they will never see you.
Nope.
It's crazy, dude.
It is,
and that feeds right into this. People having everyone having a voice online.
Yeah. That brings me back to Parker talking reckless in that group chat, dude. He didn't show up today. I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people need to, for the most part, is like, you know, if it doesn't concern you, like, keep it to yourself.
Dude.
Like,
yes.
Too many people want to talk for other people, and it's like nobody asked you.
And the thing is like, dude, if you really want to be an ally, a good ally, you don't have to say anything, honestly. You don't have to be a political activist to like not to show the world that you're not racist.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just treat people with respect.
I honestly think that, like, if someone's pushing that I'm not racist stuff so much, it makes me think, like, okay, in your spare time, you drop the N-word in the mirror. Like, you're just in there, like, getting it out.
Bro. And that's the first point I made, is you are perpetuating. You're trying to convince I'm not racist, but I'm not racist. It's like, no. You're making minorities feel like that they're not smart enough to form. Shut up, Mexican person. I'll talk for you. Like, that's what it looks.
I got this.
No. You stay over there. I know how to. No, it's okay.
I feel like it should be like if you're gonna be, you know, like, trying to take that role, I think you should be more like a security guard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when I find, like, if I think it's situational. Mm-hmm. I think it should be like if you see something heinous happening and you don't do anything,
right,
then you can question yourself, or then you can vocalize, or then you can physically help that person.
Yeah.
But all this chitter chatter and stuff like that, just when you're trying to, you're not really doing anything. You're just trying to make yourself feel better. And and at the end of the day, like, I've had, like, for example, like, I've had a lot of friends say they're gonna ride for me. Same people online talking, you gonna ride for me?
Yeah.
Black, white, whatever. But when we out in the streets and I'm getting beat up or something, or or
have that same energy.
Yeah, have that same energy. It's like, I don't care about all this yip you're talking about. Like, show me. Like, and that doesn't mean get on there.
Show me.
That doesn't mean get on there when like, this is gonna probably peel the cat back, but it's like reparations. I know y'all probably have y'all's opinion on reparations for black people. It's like, you know what, y'all doing all this yip yapping about everything that doesn't matter, but like, why don't you put that same energy towards helping black people get reparations? If you don't agree with it, stay over there with the people that don't agree with it.
Yeah.
If you agree with it, then help those people that agree with it. If but if you want to say what you want to say what you want to say. But if you're just going to be a keyboard warrior, just stay at home if you're not going to help anybody, really.
For the record, I don't
down.
For the record,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
disagree with reparations. I just
me either. But I was actually thinking, what would reparations in 2022 be like? Because no way it's going to be like a couple acres and a donkey.
Yeah,
a lot of financial stuff.
Yeah, they're not going to give. They ain't going to give out no land. Like,
it's settlements and stuff. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
to be had.
I was just a sidebar.
It was just a good example.
Because the way you said it, I was like, hold on, I don't want anyone to think
Yeah. Well,
I would love to have the conversation about it.
Yeah, I know we haven't really had that conversation ourselves.
Yeah, but yeah, I just, man, you brought up a incredible point about if you see something, say something, pretty much. But like, dude, if there's nothing, like, bro, you don't have. Yeah, man, I said what I said, and that's just like, dude, people need to shut up sometimes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, just shut the fuck up and just sit down. Sit this one out, white people. You know.
And when we need your help, we will ask.
Yeah,
I've been on that with the whole BLM backseat, bro.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree in that regard.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, I just wanted to ask each, like, why is this offensive to you?
Yeah,
you don't know the culture.
Yeah.
Explain the culture to me, and then I'll be like, all right, your point's valid.
Mm-hmm.
You have the right to be.
Well, here's the thing, is that another one of those pull those cat back. I don't think, like you said, tell it to me. Like, I don't think like not any, but most white people's opinion matters about black people culture. Only one that can validate it for you is black people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like saying the N-word. Like, if your black friend says you could say it around that person, then you could say it around that person. They gave you the go ahead.
Sure, yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you get the green card.
Yeah, don't take
for
it outside
everybody.
that group.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it is what it is, but.
Yeah, man.
Only one that can give you that stamp of approval is the culture.
And if you want to take it to the next level, I've actually, like, I'm not speaking for a group in itself, but I've had people be like, "Nah, you can say it. And I'm just like, "Nah, it's like out of a respect thing."
Right. At this point,
and that, like, that's like that's a next level of like, okay, yeah, I can say it, but I'm choosing not to say it because of the
respect.
Respect for my homies
who
wouldn't care anyways.
The action.
And it's the meaning and the stigmatism behind the word and it's just not my place. It's not. That's okay. Yes, y'all took it, made it like okay. So my brother's very rough, and he's been in jail like a long time, prison, and he came out with honky across his stomach, and I was like, dude, why?
Wait, what was it?
Honky. And he was like, because in there they used it against me, so I put it on my body to say, like, I don't care. And that's what black people did with the word, but amongst themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like, oh, they've made it cool. Like
Yeah.
that's not up for
It
you
took
to
the power.
decide.
They took the is a
Yeah, they
transfer
were
of
taking
power.
the power
Yeah.
out of it. And that's basically, I mean, honestly, my brother shouldn't have done that. It's hideous. And I told him, I was like, you can't go to no pools or nothing.
Yeah,
with
you're
me.
without a shirt on.
Yeah, you got to keep
You're
up.
a t-shirt swimmer from now on.
Yeah, when you're with me.
Yeah.
But all right, fellas. This was a good episode. Y'all got any final thoughts or words? Psalms, thanks for coming again.
Thanks. Y'all should definitely go and look into the history of the word honky. It's very comical.
I bet, honestly.
It's all right to form your own opinions. Just make sure they're factual.
Well, that's a whole nother thing. Opinions are opinions, though, and facts are facts.
That is true.
So, but we're not going to get into that. I see what you're saying, but there's two different things.
That is.
Because you can have an opinion and you think it's fact and it's not. But
yeah, no, I agree.
Connor.
Yeah, happy birthday, Parker.
Yeah.
I know I've been
Happy
slandering
birthday.
your name throughout this whole podcast. I know you had to work, brother. And just know, next podcast, you better have a clip, too.
Yep, episode 141. Happy birthday, Parker. Parker, hope you got some good stuff from this. Parker edits the clips, so he's going to watch all of this back. All right.